New details now on a story the Target 12 investigators broke first on WPRI.com this morning. Providence police officer John Lugo will keep his job 10 months after he struck a political rival in the face at an abortion rally. The decision was made by a panel under the Law Enforcement Officers' Bill of Rights.
Target 12 investigator Steph Machado has obtained a copy of that panel's new report and joins us now live with what it says.
Well, Mike and Shannon, the panel of law enforcement officers did question Officer Lugo's decision to go to the abortion rally in the first place, but they agreed with Lugo that his use of force against Jennifer Rourke at that rally was justified. At the Roe v. Wade rally at the State House in June of last year, John Lugo was captured on video striking Jennifer Rourke in the face. Lugo, a Providence police officer who was off duty at the time, was running for state senate as a Republican, Rourke for the same seat as a Democrat. At his assault trial months later, Lugo said he hit Rourke in order to help someone else who was being assaulted.
If I did not deal with the person that was grabbing onto me, I was going to, one, lose the suspect, and two, I was worried about my firearm being exposed.
A judge acquitted him of the crime, but he was also facing termination by the Providence PD.
His actions were not the same actions that we hold ourselves to, those high standards, and because of that, we presented that case to a Leobor process.
By state law, the decision wasn't up to the police chief, but to a panel of three, in this case, retired Providence Sergeant Bob Bohm, Cranston Major Todd Padalano, and Providence Commander Kevin Lanny. In a 56-page decision, Padalano wrote the panel concluded that Rourke grabbed Lugo before he hit her, concluding, quote, his instant reaction to use force was justified. But they faulted him for not telling his superiors immediately about the use of force, instead going to a state police barracks to bail out his campaign manager who got arrested during the melee. In the end, the panel found him guilty of 2 out of 7 administrative charges from the city, overturning his termination and imposing a 10-day suspension instead. And I was not able to reach Jennifer Rourke for comment today. Officer Lugo declined to comment. It's not yet clear when he will serve that suspension or when he'll return to active duty as a Providence police officer. I'm Steph Machado, 12 News.